Holy fuck, does it feel good to be vindicated. It may have taken a lot longer than I would have wanted to be vindicated. A lot longer. But with the revelations in the Epstein files and how Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon were facilitating a plan to push the culture war narrative in order to build their movement, it makes you question what else isn't connected to the Epstein pedophile ring. I knew things were bad with the fandom menace. I knew they fucking were, and yeah, this is the topic of this video. But I never knew that the fandom menace itself would be part of a psyop by a pedophile elite. I never thought that. But now that it's come out that the Epstein class were involved in this culture war shit, it makes you wonder, what else are they involved in? But that's a different discussion, because this is primarily going to be on Star Wars and the fandom at large. It feels kind of good knowing that I've been right about the fandom menace, but it feels even better knowing that, say what you will about me, every hater of mine in EU-gate, God, that feels like a freaking 50 years ago at this point. It might as well be. I've been vindicated many times over that the fandom menace were not just grifters, but now with the Epstein files and the revelations in them, useful idiots for a pedophile ring. So how is it good, supporters of Matt Wilkins, to know that you supported and still support, likely, a movement that has ties to fucking pedophiles? How does it feel? And especially Matt Wilkins, what a disappointment he turned out to be. Like, he has children, and he fucking is supporting a movement that wants to strip the rights of his own children away. What a fucking disappointment. What a fucking cuck. Yeah, go ahead. Shit. Say what you will, like you always do. I'm fucking right. You could say everything about me that you wish, but you cannot say that I fucking was part of a pedophile psyop. Because every single one of you fucks that support the fandom menace, you are part of a pedophile psyop that was orchestrated by pedophiles. You were pawns of literal fucking pedophiles that eat children, that sacrifice children, that disappear children, that murder children, and gleefully brag about it. Does it feel good knowing that you were part of a movement that basically was astroturfed by a bunch of pedophile-loving psychopaths? You should fucking feel you should feel angry. You should feel enraged. You should feel fucking ashamed. But most of you won't, because to be a supporter of these fucking people, you have to be morally depraved. And there's been multiple people that I used to know, not really personally, but I used to talk to, that talked about, I don't care about morals and fandom. Well, how does it... So you don't care about being affiliated with literal pedophiles. And I know I'm going to inevitably get a comment, you can't do guilt by association. Yes, I can. A pedophile defender is a pedophile defender. If you refuse to disassociate with anyone that was once associated with this movement, you're a fucking pedo defender or an outright pedophile. The fandom menace is so much worse than I thought it could possibly be. I knew it was basically a gateway to push young people into fascism, but it's so much worse than that. The very fact is you have groomed an entire generation, and I'm just going to say this, into basically being okay with pedophiles. What kind of depraved and sick shit is that? the fandom menace, when they invaded the Star Wars fandom and spread their cancer everywhere else, we were allowing literal fucking people that were useful idiots for pedophiles to infect our spaces, to push their bullshit, and they still do it. They have no shame. I'm so vindicated now. And I hate to say I told you so, but I will. Fucking told you so. The Epstein files, the rabbit hole, just when you just look and think you know one thing, there's like a billion other things that come out. I'm primarily focusing on the fandom portion of this because every single person that has done anti-SJW content in the past 16 years, which eventually became the anti-woke, has in some way contributed to helping this pedophile class. Unfortunately, there was a time I was part of that. So I will take responsibility for that. Because I did do some stupid anti-SJW shit back in the 2010s. I will take responsibility. But do you think any of these people will? No. Because like Trump himself, these right-wing degenerates will not take accountability. That they've created an environment that's not safe for children. And I bring up children in this instance because laws in America especially are giving more and more power to the state. Like the surveillance technology to be able to lock people out of websites. Do you think they won't use that to track down kids? Like, it makes you think, are they just going to use it as an opportunity to track people down, find out if they have kids so they can make them disappear? Like, these are fucking sick people. The Epstein class. It's all connected. The very fact is, not enough people took this seriously. And because of people like Alex Jones poisoning the well, when it eventually came out that you have a bunch of satanic pedophiles literally eating children or talking about torture videos and enjoying it, this is disgusting. This is the kind of shit that the anti-SJWs enabled. This is the kind of shit that the anti-SJWs helped bury. They helped attack victims of Jeffrey Epstein. They helped facilitate a environment where women are no longer safe, where people of color are no longer safe, where children are no longer safe. And I will blame the anti-SJWs for this with the anti-trans panic, which is also a part of the Jeffrey Epstein freaking plot. Every single one of these people have contributed to making the world more dangerous for children. And not to mention how these people have helped normalize genocide against children. Who do you think most of the victims of Gaza are? Who do you think most of the victims of ICE are? And yes, I will say this. The ICE raids, the ethnic cleansing of non-white people in America, that's a fucking genocide. How many children have been trafficked because of these people? Because they helped demonize the most marginalized in society. Like stripping rights of disabled children, which makes it even more dangerous for those with disabilities, especially children. Like, I'm going to go on a limb here and say that these people, all of them have blood on their hands. All of them. All of them have blood on their hands. Every single anti-SJW online, that includes myself to unfortunately, have blood on our hands. But I could take responsibility for that, while these people will not, because they're fucking sick and disgusting people. every trans child that commits suicide, that's blood on people like Ryan Kennel, Geeks and Gamers, and Neurotic's hands. They are responsible. They may not have directly killed a trans child, but they created the environment which made them want to kill themselves, or the state killing them. Every single immigrant that gets trafficked out of the country that dies, that's blood on their hands too. The kind of world that these Epstein class pedophiles want for us all, you helped create it. The surveillance state that's very far into its development, you're responsible for that too. Yeah, I will hold these people to the fire because they have created this environment for all of us. Useful fucking idiots is an easy thing to say. Most of these people do not fucking care that they created a world that's more dangerous for children, or these people treat it as a fucking sport. Oh, look at this person. Look at this. This is owning the libs. And not even thinking about how this will affect their sons, their daughters, their mothers, their sisters, or a cousin they may have. This is why, even right now, as I'm recording this, I hold the former Star Wars Expanded Universe community with the most contempt of them fucking all. Because they helped this too. And I'm going to say this, and I will not take it back. You have blood on your hands too. You've enabled these people. You aided these people. You've helped the fascist state make the world a more dangerous place for young people. You deserve everything that's coming to you. And everyone on the sidelines that refuses to, like, take a stance against, like, fucking hate, you have blood on your hands too. You're not fucking innocent. Like, when it comes to, like, the Epstein class, anyone that helped contribute to making this world right as it is now, none of you are innocent if you didn't fight against it. And if you helped contribute to it in the past, but you were ignorant about it, but you're doing what, like, I have and have been fighting against it and taking accountability, I don't have an issue with you. That's the thing. Right now, you do have a chance, even if you're a piece of shit, to be a better person, to not be part of this hate movement anymore. But I don't expect anything from these people, because people like Eric July, people like Geeks and Gamers, people like Ryan Kennel, Nordrotic, Critical Drinker, and everyone they associate with, they don't give a fuck. They are a bunch of sociopaths. And I will say that. They are fucking sociopaths. They don't care that the kind of stuff they make makes the world more dangerous for vulnerable people. And what happened in 2019 with the fandom menace and the EU community had destroyed any positive outlook I could possibly have on the Star Wars fandom. Because the EU part of the fandom was one of the few places that, I felt I was safe in, but it's not. The very fact is, it took so goddamn fucking long for the parts of the Star Wars fandom that were not part of the anti-fandom to actually say no, to put their foot down. It's something that I will fucking hold them with contempt. They have blood on their hands too. They stood on the sideline as the fandom menace made the Star Wars fandom less safe for marginalized people. They are at fault. That's why I say that they're the positive Star Wars fan content channels, they're not innocent in the slightest, because they've waited until it started to affect them personally to start taking a stand. And those who were about Star Wars but decided to support the grifters, I think they're the fucking worst of them, in my opinion. Because they've shitted on these people in the past, but But because they wanted a few brownie points and wanted a few seconds of fame, they supported them. And it's hard for me not to not be bitter towards the EU movement. It really is hard not to be bitter. I am bitter. I wasted 5 years and it got me nothing. And now knowing that community threw me, like people like me, under the bus, and instead would rather be surrounded with people that don't give a fuck about Star Wars. And now with the Epstein files coming out, being basically part of a pedophile plot by the billionaires, being useful idiots, makes me even more fucking angry about what happened in the EU movement, because it was destroyed by people that just did not fucking care. Right now, where we are approaching the 12th anniversary, when the EU was decanonized, we're getting very close to the 12th anniversary. And in that 12 years, so much has changed. So much. I'm feeling fucking old, but I just have to bring it up. A lot has fucking changed in that time. So much. The world has gotten fucking worse. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Fucking the police have been further militarized. We're on the edge of World War fucking 3. A genocide, that the first live stream genocide has happened and still is happening, despite us not hearing about it as much anymore. And the revelations of Jeffrey Epstein, guys, it wasn't even that long ago that Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly murdered. It wasn't that long ago. Like, a lot of this stuff in these emails exchanges, it was like not even 20 years ago. This is like 15 years ago, most of this is. I'm just going to say this factually. Like, the EU movement is tied to Epstein. I might as well just fucking call the video fucking that. And if I get a lot of hate for it, go fuck yourself. You did this to yourselves by allying yourself with fucking grifters. Fuck off. So yeah. This may be a bitter former member ranting and raving, but knowing what I know about the Epstein fucking files, it's fucking disturbing shit. And if it doesn't make you angry, then I question your like humanity if it doesn't make you angry. Especially if you were part of a fandom, and knowing now that you helped contribute to helping making the world less safe, and you were part of a plot by a elite pedophile ring, if that doesn't enrage you that you were used, then you don't have humanity. So, and if you're not enraged and you still support the Epstein class, especially Trump, you're a fucking piece of shit. I don't care who you are.